All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Good morning to you. It is Sunday. I am out in the Saucony Endorphin Pros. Very first run, initial impressions to follow the run. We're out here doing a 15 miler. I'm gonna try to keep up the pace. I don't think it'll be that hard because I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. They feel the first couple steps firm, but definitely not too firm. Still a little cushion to them. They fit real comfortable, I think, but it's just about 8 a.m. It's maybe 35 degrees, kind of cold. We're gonna get into this 15 miler, film as much as we can before the GoPro dies because it is so cold, and then we'll get back to the apartment and we're gonna talk about first impressions of the Saucony Endorphin Pros. Stick around. All right, what is going on, everybody? We are back in the apartment and we're gonna go over my first impressions of this shoe, the Saucony Endorphin Pro. So I did get out there, I did a 15 miler, you saw the footage, and to just kind of recap some of that, I'll throw the splits and some of the stats up on the screen now, but just to talk about that run a little bit, honestly, it's a very different feel jumping into the Pro, but I knew that the carbon plate model was going to be the shoe that I wanted to push. To get my first impressions, I wanted to push and get some faster paces in there. So in this 15 miler, I was thinking, let's get a good warm up in. Let's get that first 8 or 9 miles in. And then I think right around 9 miles, I just started kind of kicking it up and finished with about a 7-minute mile pace, which is really fast for me. I consider this kind of an extended tempo run essentially for me. My eventual goal pace for the end of February for the full marathon is an 8:45 pace. So the fact that I averaged about 8:10 overall while kind of creating negative splits throughout for this run. Awesome run, very good test of my body and a very good test for the carbon plate in the Endorphin Pro. Now let's talk about the fit and the feel of this bad boy. The fit, very, very similar for me with the Endorphin Speed, which makes sense. Same family, same shoe. In this shoe, I was a size 10, wore a size 10 in the Endorphin Speeds, and it fit really good. No rubbing, no hot spots in the first 15, always a good sign. I absolutely love the minimal upper as opposed to the Endorphin Speed. Some people might want a little bit more on their shoe. Honestly, the built-in gusseted tongue on the Pro, the like barely even there upper for the toe box area, really, really cool. You can literally see right through it as you would expect with the racer version of a shoe line. In a similar fashion, you have a very minimal heel cup. But again, in the 15 miles, I didn't feel like I was going to slip. I didn't feel less supported. I think everything does its job totally fine. Also, like maybe it's because it's new, or I don't know if this is the exact same, what am I trying to say? Shoelaces. I don't know if this is the exact same shoelaces that are in the Speed and other Saucony shoes, but like I felt like they were a little bit stickier when tying, so they stayed tied. Not that I've really had any issues with that, but I felt like this one's, I was even more secure. I don't know, tiny note on the laces. I could just be making that up, honestly, but that was something that I felt just lacing them up and tying them. The carbon plate definitely makes the Power Run PB midsole, which is a super soft cloud-like feel in the Endorphin Speeds. In this, not so much. You definitely feel like you're in a carbon fiber racer. It's a little bit more firm. It definitely still, I feel like, hugs my heel pretty darn well. Definitely still a comfortable ride, not like pounding on pavement, which you are doing. But I think that the carbon plate definitely gives you that firm responsive. Almost, it's not the cushioned ride that's with the Speed, that's for sure. I remember my first run with the Speed, and I felt like I like having to slow down for turns because it was just, like I felt like I was almost off balance because of how cushiony of a cloud ride I had. Definitely felt more in control in this shoe. Definitely felt like when I was taking a turn, I could really pivot on it. And it was also pretty early in the morning and pretty darn cold, so some of the wooded bridges were a little bit slippery. Other than that, almost like the same exact tread pattern as the Speed, so I would say felt good on turns, but did not feel awesome on the slippery, still frosted, wooded bridges. Probably any shoe is going to feel a little bit slippery unless you're in like a trail shoe. Honestly, beyond that, I felt that it really did its job in terms of making me feel really fast. Obviously, it's a new shoe. It's the first run in it, so I felt like I could really push it, and I enjoyed the ride all around. So I went from a 15 miler, pretty much all out, high tempo, extended tempo run to a Monday 4 miler, and my whole body felt pretty darn good. So I think the shoe did a really good job of preserving and making my muscles take a little bit less away from the 15 miler, which is huge, right? It's just absolutely huge. You can do your harder workouts and your extended long runs and still be able to come back the following day and give it a good effort. Yeah, so honestly, that is my first impressions of the Saucony Endorphin Pro. I'm going to be doing a lot of miles in this shoe, but I'm also going to be, saving it for certain long runs and race day. $200 price point. You don't want to be blowing through this shoe in a month. I don't personally. So yeah, hopefully you got something out of this. More to come on the Saucony Endorphin Pro. That is all for me. Make sure you like, comment, or subscribe. This is a quick one. Hopefully you got something out of it. Let me know if you've run in both the Pro and the Speed, and if you think there is even a reasonable comparison there, or are they just really great training partners. Let me know down in the comments below. All right, enjoy your week. Enjoy your running out there. Peace, everybody. I've been talking about this shoe for like 2 years, and like I remember going into the store in like late 2018, and I first saw the ads for these shoes, and I was like, when are you guys gonna get them? When are they gonna come out? And I remember them saying like, you're like 6 months before the launch, and I was like, dang.